Smile, John.
Good evening. It's September 16th, 2025, Tuesday. We're in Studio 6A tonight. And it's my pleasure, it's my distinct honor, to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
You're looking well.
Yeah.
You're looking extremely well. Did you have a good dinner?
Yeah.
Would you like a coffee now?
No, thanks.
Okay. We're at the crossroads. I can continue reading a few pages of your book now, or a lot of questions have come in for you. What would you like to do?
Answer the question.
You feel up to it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's pull out a few. Pull out a few questions. Company H, Mr. Jeckovich was from the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II. Mr. Jeckovich lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, and today's a gift. Yeah. All right, let's see. Some of the questions to listeners that listen to Mr. Jeckovich on a regular basis are repetitive, but first-time listeners, they have to be answered because they haven't heard it before, so we'll answer any question they come across. Let's see, we got a lot of questions here. A lot of questions. Mr. Jeckovich, how long were you married for?
69 years.
What do you believe, what qualities and traditions make a good marriage?
Well, sincerity.
What's that?
Sincerity.
Sincerity, okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, in Florida, we have thousands of marriages that end in divorce. And what's the major reason?
Money.
Money, yeah.
Money.
Money's a big problem. We're wishing these young people well. They're both working very hard, 2 or 3 jobs each, and they still can't make it. Something's got to give. Mr. Jeckovich, during World War II, you dated many girls, but prior to World War II, do you remember when was your first kiss?
Where was my first kiss?
In high school or grammar school?
Irene Jeckovich.
Irene Jeckovich. Could you describe what type of girl she was?
Oh, she was a clean-cut girl.
Right. And where did she live?
On Niagara Street.
Uh-huh.
Her father was a dairy. Father had a dairy.
Your father had what?
Had a dairy.
A dairy. Oh, that's great. Huh. So you've been married for 69 long and wonderful years. Mr. Jeckovich, your great-grandson is getting married this week. What advice would you give to your grandson, Tommy, on his wedding day?
Take it easy.
Take it easy, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Take it easy. What advice would you give to a newlywed couple?
Newlywed couple.
Yeah.
Know each other very closely now. You're going to be living differently now.
Okay, okay. What was your wedding day like, by the way?
My wedding day?
Yeah.
It was in February.
What was it like? Describe the church and the attendance and the clothing and such like that.
Yeah, it was a cold day.
Cold day?
Yeah.
And was it a big wedding?
No, it was a small wedding.
Who was your best man?
Stevie.
Who was the maid of honor?
Sally.
Sally. Did your mother like the wedding?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Did your Uncle Andy go?
No.
No, he didn't? I wonder why. I wonder why. What have you learned about being married, Mr. Jeckovich?
What?
What have you learned about being married for 69 years?
Take it as it comes along.
Okay. 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 What are your views on divorce?
Divorce?
What are your views on divorce?
Too many divorces.
Too many, yeah.
Yeah. Breaking up a lot of families.
Could you describe your actual marriage proposal to Delphine Stulak? How'd that go?
When we were sitting in church.
You were in the Roman Catholic Basilica Tonawanda, right?
Yeah.
And how'd that go? Tell me step by step.
I gave her an engagement ring,
Yeah.
and she started to cry.
Oh, wow. And didn't you, from that point, Delphine accepted your marriage proposal?
Yeah.
Then you walked up to the altar in the Roman Catholic Basilica, and then at that time you said a prayer for a long and happy marriage. I guess it worked out, right?
Yeah, it's 69
Your prayers were
years.
answered. Wow. Do you believe it's okay for people to live together before being married?
No.
No, okay. Wow, yeah. Wow. Hold on. I'm trying to pull out, get rid of the duplicates. Stand by. What are your favorite memories of your parents? What are your special memories of your parents?
They were a loving couple.
A very lovable couple. Your father was from Russia,
Yeah.
and your mother was from Poland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where did you live growing up? What was your address?
3063.
Orleans Avenue,
Yeah.
Niagara Falls, New York, right? Wow. As a teenager growing up on Orleans Avenue, were you rebellious?
No, rebellious? No, I wasn't rebellious, no.
Okay. What was the worst job you ever had in your life?
Worst job?
You ever had in your life?
Cleaning the urine stuff other kids made it Saturday morning at the show. They
At the
pissed their
movie
pants.
theater.
Yeah, they pissed their pants. The sheriff said, you gotta clean that up.
So you were an usher there, and why would the kids piss their pants?
Well, they saw a horror movie and they got excited.
Okay, so there was a Saturday movie theater you worked at as an usher, and the kids got scared of a horror movie playing, and then they pissed their pants, right?
Yeah.
And the boss said, hey, get down there, right?
Yeah.
What was the most rewarding job you ever had?
Most rewarding job I had.
Most rewarding job?
Taking care of my mother.
Taking care of your mother. Yeah, Mr. Jeckovich, by the way, cared for his mother from his age 11 to her demise at 89. His father died of a massive heart attack at 39. He was working 3 different jobs, a legal immigrant through Ellis Island. He was working 3 different jobs to give this man and his family a better life than he came from the ghettos of Russia. Back then, immigrants would build New York brick by brick by brick. They would build New York board by board by board. They would never accept a handout. If they didn't earn it, they didn't take it. If they didn't earn it, they didn't take it. So when your father died at a real early age, you have a knock on the door and it's the police. What happens next?
They say your father got hurt, we're going to take you down to the hospital.
They knocked on the door and said, your father's hurt. You thought maybe a sprained ankle,
Yeah.
bad finger.
Yeah.
And the police drove you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Do you remember if you sat in the back or the front seat?
Back seat.
And so at 11 years old, they dropped you off at the front door of Memorial Hospital
Yeah.
in Niagara Falls, New York, and they just dropped you there, right?
Yeah.
And what'd you do from there?
I asked the nurse there where my father is. She said, "I'll take you down to him."
Yeah, that's not a good sign. At 11 years old, were you tall enough to look over the information desk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so you knew there was a problem. You knew there was a big problem when they said, we'll take you down. You thought you're going up, second or third floor. So where did you go down?
That was a morgue.
And what did you see in the morgue, Mr.
See my father laying down on a slab. Eyes closed, a little cement on his pants, a little cement in his face.
He had cement because he was mixing cement by hand.
Yeah.
And he had a massive heart attack. And what did they ask you to do next? Identify the body?
Then part about take the stuff out of his pockets.
So at 11 years old, you had to root through your father's pockets. And what did you find?
Cans of Prince Albert tobacco, the slips that they rolled it up in.
Rolling papers?
Keys to the car, keys to the house.
Change?
Change, some quarters, some dimes.
And that was it. And that's where the book begins, right there, day one. Their mother's sons. When Mr. Jeckovich started taking care of his mother, whose name was Anna Targus Jeckovich. And he wrote a book about it. How many pages is that book?
Yeah.
How many pages? How many pages is your book?
849.
Big, beautiful book, 849. It takes Mr. Jeckovich from 11 years old to her demise at 89. He made many sacrifices in taking care of his mother. One that comes to mind was, why did you wait to get drafted?
I was concerned about my mother.
See, Mr. Jeckovich's other brother enlisted in the Army, and he got a real easy job, never left New York State. He taught young cadets how to drive a Jeep. Did your brother have special driving ability?
No. He hit a fire hydrant one time.
But Mr. Jeckovich waited to get drafted, which would take longer than enlisting, so he had more time to spend taking care of his mother. But here's the problem. Here's the big problem. When you got drafted from World War II, 90% of the time you're going to go right on the front line in enemy territory. And that's what happened to Mr. Jeckovich. He had no second chance. He was front line infantry, right on the front line, right on the enemy side. And during that time, he was shot in the shoulder by a sniper. He was beat up. He was stabbed. Lost a hip. Bombed. Still has shrapnel in his body. Trench foot frostbite.
Yeah.
And you're still suffering from the frostbite today.
Right there, yeah.
So you've been suffering from frostbite for over 80 years.
Yeah.
Wow. 80 years. You got hit hard by a dirty bomb. What's a dirty bomb?
It's full of razor blades, knives, screwdrivers, and everything.
So the Nazis would blow a bomb over your head, and they loaded it with razor blades, old rusty screwdrivers and wrenches, and anything metal. So when the bomb explodes, it does maximum damage to many young American GIs. And Mr. Jeckovich still has that shrapnel in his body today. You couldn't go walk in an airport right now and board a plane, could you?
Oh, I show him a slip.
You show him a slip.
Yeah.
But the metal detectors would go off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And Mr. Jeckovich, as a teenage boy, he did his duty. He just didn't walk in and walk out. He received Battle of Bulge, held Bastogne, liberated concentration camps. And for all this teenage boy received the Bronze Star Medal, the Purple Heart Medal, the Army Good Conduct Medal, the American Campaign Medal, the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 bronze service stars, World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal with Germany clasp, Combat Infantry Badge, Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, pistol and machine gun bars, Marksman Badge with rifle bar, and Honorable Service Lapel Button World War II. Yeah. He went in as a teenage boy, and his division was affectionately called the Diaper Division. How come?
They're young kids.
Young kids. And after he held Bastogne for 4 days, couldn't get air support, couldn't get additional paratroopers, couldn't get ammo. He held for, his orders were hold Bastogne. Him and many other young American soldiers held Bastogne. But the casualty rate was high. The casualty rate was in the 90s. Big casualty rate. So now, their nickname, instead of being called the Diaper Division, now they have a new name that stick with them till today. Till today, 80 years later, the Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. The Bloody Bastards of Bastogne. Mr. Jeckovich and all these young boys were part of the most selfless and courageous operation in the history of humankind. They left their homes, Mr. Jeckovich and all these other boys, they left their homes to help out complete strangers with whom they had nothing in common. You didn't know anyone there in Europe.
No.
They just told you to go and you went.
Yeah.
So how could we be worthy of Mr. Jeckovich's and all these young boys' legacy? How can we be worthy of their legacy? I really don't know. I have no idea how we could be worthy of their legacy. During World War II, 16,400,000 young boys and girls participated in World War II. They did so because they're very patriotic and they have great empathy for their fellow man. Now we're down to less than 4,000 frontline Army combat vets, combat veterans. We're down to less than 4,000, and we're losing them at a rate of 200 a day. 200 a day. So do the math. Time's almost up. The game's almost over.
12 minutes.
If you have any questions for this World War II combat vet, please text them at 407-366-0000. Text Mr. Jeckovich at 407-366-0000. He'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Here we go. The text just came in. Mr. Jeckovich, how much is your book and where could I buy it?
You can't sell it. It's not for sale.
No. The book is not for sale. It wasn't written about money. Mr. Jeckovich is fine in that department. The book was written to give the younger people, the younger generation, ideas to run a simpler and easy life, a more wholesome life. That was the book about. It was about wholesome ideas. Mr. Jeckovich said a couple months ago that he blinked his eyes at 20 and now you're 100, right?
Yeah.
Where did the 80 years go?
There we go.
Where did the 80 years go?
Yeah.
Time goes by quickly.
Yeah.
Listen, boys and girls, it's a short dance around the sun. You're only visiting here. It really goes by quickly. No one's going to beat Father Time. It's coming after you right now. Oh, you might think you're 30 or 20 and you're immortal. No.
Hey, Boo.
Father Time's going to get you.
Driving?
Father Time is going to take care of you, and no one beats Father Time. Mr. Jeckovich blinked his eyes at 20, and now he's 100. We're only visiting this planet. We're only visiting for a short time. You know, life is strange. You arrive here with nothing. You come to the world with nothing, right?
Yeah.
You're born. You have nothing. And then you're going to spend your whole life chasing everything. I want a new house. I want a new car. I want a new watch. Oh, yeah. I want that watch. Who gives a shit? I want a new watch. I want someone to remodel my kitchen.
Yeah.
I want a swimming pool. I want a vacation home. I want all the designer clothes. I want it all. You want it all. But guess what? You'll still leave with absolutely nothing. I've never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul trailer, have you?
No, no.
Hell no. So listen, make sure your soul gains more than your hands. Make sure your soul gains more than your hands. Well, you did a nice job answering questions. We got a lot more. I don't think we're ever going to catch up. But we're reading Mr. Jeckovich's book the second time around. We're on chapter 10 now, which is titled Church Service and the Bulge. They're in enemy territory now. And we're on page 281. Would you like me to do a little reading?
Yeah, go ahead.
A couple pages. As far as food went, we had not had a hot meal in over a week.
8.
And our K rations were quickly getting depleted. I suspected we would have to crash a mess hall to sustain our energy and spirits. I thought better of the idea after hearing that they're pulling out drivers and all sorts of rear echelon people. What is rear echelon?
Behind the front line.
They don't make it to the front lines. They type, they do support,
Yeah.
cooking, etc.
Yeah.
Giving them a rifle and sending them off to help ward off the onslaught of the rapidly deploying German tanks and infantries. So that was really rare that they're calling on the rear echelon, that's not fighters, to grab a weapon and get out there.
Yeah.
So you know you're in bad position. You know you're in bad position. Food's running out. Didn't you tell me at one time that you and the other fellas from your division ran across the beautiful store that was loaded with candy?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy the candy?
No, I don't touch it.
Couldn't eat it.
No, it might be boob trash.
So they might have poisoned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shame. That chocolate probably smelled pretty good, huh?
No, I didn't. We didn't eat it. We didn't eat
Did
it.
anyone you think tried it?
No.
No? Wow. We were attached to an armored company 6 miles north of Bastogne to help slow down the Germans into the town. We heard that any advanced units of Panzer Division did not roll into Margey, a village 5 miles west of Bastogne, into 200 hours. In Margey, the Panzer's unit stumbled in a bunch of American trucks and ambulances. Firing broke out, and the Germans discovered that they had captured a hospital unit. So the Germans actually captured your hospital unit.
Yeah.
What did they do with them?
With the hospital there?
Yeah.
Took everything out of the store, everything out of it.
It was foggy and bitter cold, and we still had not sat, and had sat all night in our dugout watching the road ahead for any movement of tanks and infantry. We had nothing to eat but several K rations and water from our canteens. Leif was asleep at the gun, as were mostly the rest of the squad in adjoining foxholes and slit trenches. I've been awake almost most of the night, anticipating these Germans breaking through at any moment. There was talk that we would be pulling back shortly, as the Germans were massing another attack. Wow. So that was the end of chapter 10. And now we're popping into chapter 11, snow bunkers and panzers. I threw a couple petables into the foxhole and the slit trenches. As they peered out, I motioned to them to stay awake and keep sharp. So you're trying to wake up the guys in the foxhole in the trenches, right?
Yeah.
The last thing I wanted to be ambushed in our holes. Even though there are several Shermans away back, I did not want to depend on them for security. During the night, we had a couple of probing attacks by infantry and several combat patrols, which we were... No, shut that son of a bitch. Which, during the night, we had a couple of probing attacks by infantry and several combat patrols, which we would rest up supporting infantry, quelled with our concentrated firepower. They would infiltrate in twos or threes, and their large enough group to advance on us, then open up with their Schmoser's MP40 burp guns blazing away at us. What's a burp gun?
Rapid firing submachine gun.
Did you have something similar?
Yeah.
But that was probably a Nazi weapon, a burp gun, right?
Yeah.
An alert rifleman would call in on his SCR-536 walkie-talkie, and within minutes the 105s and the 155s would come screaming to our front. Did you have a lot of those artillery coming to the Germans, but did you have many times that the artillery that you guys were sending came short and came where you were?
No, they never short-changed it.
It didn't happen.
No.
And would join with our heavy machine guns, which you had, and with the riflemen dug in all around us. If we were lucky, that'd be sufficient to contain them, or they'd break up and fade into the woody area around us. If the Tigers accompanied them was another matter. Their 88s were deadly, and their armor was almost impenetrable. So their armor in those tanks were tough.
Oh, yeah.
The Nazi tanks were a son of a gun, right?
Yeah.
With only one soft spot on the driver's position, almost at ground height. So you found out where the tank's soft spot was,
Yeah.
and he hit it there. Several started towards us in the early evening in the night, but the last movement they turned off. Started toward us early in the evening night. We later discovered that there were a more lucrative target, the columns of stalled American vehicles on the road between Longevity and Margerie. The slaughter was devastating. The stragglers from the two 9th Armored Division roadblocks and other refugees from the area were panicked by the heavy bombardment and the roar of the approaching tanks. Without putting up any show of resistance, they scattered towards Bastogne on foot. So that's a bad scene.
Yeah,
the tanks are coming.
Yeah.
Minutes, please. We watched as they fled by us. Some had thrown down their weapons.
Minute 30.
Some had thrown down their weapons, were only concerned with getting away from the oncoming infantry and all the Tiger tanks. So that was a sight to see. A lot of the soldiers just threw down their weapons,
Yeah.
and they wanted to get out of there in one piece.
Yeah.
Did you see a lot of them running by you?
No, I knew.
You didn't see many.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you actually shoot at some of the tanks, Tiger tanks?
Oh, yeah.
And how'd you know that where that soft spot was on a tank?
The treads.
Distress?
Yeah, knock the treads out there and they can't move.
Knock the treads out.
Knock the treads out, and that was your soft spot.
Yeah.
And when you knocked the treads out, would the Nazis inside the tanks continue to fire, or would they bail out?
Yeah. They left the tank.
They bailed out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they'd be sitting ducks then.
You were a sitting duck then. They were a sitting
Yeah.
duck. Minutes?
28 seconds.
Wow. And that's all like the coldest winter of record, right?
Yeah.
Did you have the proper clothing?
No.
Not at all.
Oh.
Did you have gloves?
Those white gloves.
Was it you were able to work your machine gun with the gloves?
No.
You had to take them off.
Yeah.
Where
Wow.